Okay, and then the last bit I'll just go through then briefly is the Investigate tab, which I showed you before. And I'm just going to show you in here now. I can see my personalized dashboard, so I can see what's there, and I can also just scroll through and have a look at any photos that I might have put in the tool as well. And these are the tools that I mentioned before, so we could find a project near me. So an example of this would be if I want to find out who's working in my area, and people don't necessarily always talk to each other on the ground, so this is really useful just to find out if things are happening near you. And I need to put in my project here, so it's test project 1, and then I need to just drop a pin, so I click on this dot, drop the pin, and I'm going to create a buffer of, I want to find out if anyone within 100 kilometers is working on any NFM, and it's going to return any interventions that are in that area. So now we can see that there's this NFM Monkshill and Donington Catchments project, Ottery St Mary project, and any of those projects which are in that zone that you've defined, it will come up and tell you if there's anything there. That's something that people ask for that would be useful, so we've put that in for you. If I want to print a map, so this is going to be useful if you're trying to gain more funding, for example. You might just want to have something to put in your project report or anything like that. It creates you a simple map. So I zoom into my area of interest, and I can also change the base map. So I might decide that I want some imagery. So I'm going to have satellite imagery instead of the Cabba base map that was there. And I want an A4 landscape map. So then I click print. And this blue dot here is just saying that it's loading. So it's creating me a map. And now it's ready. So when I click that, we just have a simple map that you might want to put into a project report. Okay, if we want to export any interventions, so I mentioned this earlier, we just go to our interventions here. This is the area that we've been working in. And we click on this button up here, which is a select tool. We select the area that we're interested in, and it's highlighted the project and the assets there. We then click on the 4 dots in this right-hand corner, and you can click export all, and that's going to export all of your interventions, or export selected CSV. And I'm not sure whether you can see, but what it's done is down in the bottom hand corner is it's actually created me if I just bring this across, hopefully you can see that, but it's created me a spreadsheet basically, which is all of my data exporting a spreadsheet. And if you couldn't see that, it's just a simple spreadsheet of the data. You can do the same thing for projects. It's the same screen, but this time you would select your project and then click export all or export selected. Okay, the last feature on this page is checking your maintenance inspections. So this is going to be really useful when we have added the maintenance button here. So at the moment, this has got where people had put that they'd return to the asset in the old database. I've brought that, well, we've brought that information across, but we'll soon have a button that says I want to maintain my asset, and you'll be able to return to the same place, and it will automatically add you a new record at the same location, but you can add information about the maintenance of that asset. And you could then say, I want to check if any of my interventions or nature-based solutions were inspected in the last, let's say, month or year. Or you can change this, so you could say 5 years or whichever. And then when you click apply, it's now going to tell you, but I haven't maintained these yet, so there's no information there.